Recently, we took our 2025 Toyota Tacoma and we upgraded it with a whole round of bolt-on modifications. Well, now we're going to take things to the next level with a new series of upgrades. And this time, we did everything that I wanted to do. So what have we done and how well do they work? Well, we're going to put them to the test right here in Idaho on the Lost Trail. That's coming up right now on Driving Sports TV. This episode of Driving Sports TV is brought to you by Onyx Off-Road. Click the link below to save 20% off your new membership using the code DSTV. Good morning from the Lost Trail just outside of Boise, Idaho. This is, of course, our 2025 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. And as you can see, we've made some serious changes to it. So before we get started on the trail, let's go ahead and go over all of the features, what we've done here, how they went on, and what we're expecting to get out of each one. In the back is a new ARB rack that is specifically designed for this new Tacoma. This is sold through Toyota dealers. As you can see, it is a lower profile setup than the Yakima I was running before. On it, I have mounted a high lift jack, Pelican case, traction boards, and a shovel. This frees up the bed so I can fill it up with other stuff that I'll need for a full week on the road. Installing the ARB rack did take longer than expected, but it was pretty easy to do the basic setup. There was an optional Chimsol light for the back. That's the light that is in the top of the rack. However, after looking at the wiring schematics, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll do that at a later date. So yeah, future me, looking forward to that project. Once installed, this setup is solid, and the fit is as close to OEM as you'll ever find for a full rack. I especially like how it has multiple connection points in the bed with stout frame connectors. Because I do a lot of solo adventures, I decided it was finally time to add a winch. But I also wanted to keep this truck looking as OEM as possible, so I went with the Stealth center mount winch bumper with top hoop from Addicted Desert Designs. So it kind of looks OEM-ish, but with a little extra flair. Now this is built in the US and it does feature a 2-stage powder coat finish, so you're not going to get any unsightly early rusting, which is cool. As you can see, this does have a place for a light. I added a rigid 20-inch bar, and then the winch hides inside. For this whole part of the install, I did go to my local Toyota dealer that does a lot of this type of work. Honestly, when it comes to dealing with electrical, I usually feel better leaving that to the professionals. Oh, and we did have to cut the bumper just a little bit. The winch is a DV8 Extract 12K with a synthetic rope. It did come with a fair lead, but I upgraded to their aluminum pocket design. This winch has both wired and wireless controllers. Key components in this winch are all steel, and it has an aluminum body to help keep the weight down. Those of you expert winchers out there might notice that there's no way for me to get to the winch to put it into free spool mode. Well, that is correct. You cannot do this on this setup. But I think the Stealth OEM look of it more than makes up to that shortcoming. Because of this new bumper design, the Toyota Trailhunter front skid plate didn't fit anymore. To fix this, I added the Addictive Desert Design skid plate to protect the engine bits on the underside. This is thicker than the Toyota part, and the plate is also wider. To protect the midsection, I still have the secondary Trailhunter plate installed. I also finally added the correct Trailhunter rear diff guard. So in addition to the rock rails, which were already installed, we have a pretty good underbody coverage package. Now let's talk price. Addictive Desert Design sells this as a package with the winch, the fair lead, the 20-inch rigid light bar, and of course the metal bumper with the top hoop for a total price of around $4,200. The ARB rack is sold exclusively through Toyota dealers and it goes for $2,500. And you will note that is only $500 more expensive than the Yakima system I had on here previously. So now if you put all these new accessories with the old accessories, that means adding in the Pelican case, the traction boards, the high lift jack, all that stuff, the wheels and tires, the mud flaps, underbody protection, you're looking at an add-on price of about $13,000. Add that to the price of the truck, which I paid about $58,000 for, and you're looking at a grand total price of $71,050 US American hard-earned dollars. Is it worth it? Well, you can't buy something like this from the dealer at any price. That is, unless you buy the truck and modify it. And actually, fun fact, a lot of Toyota dealers will build this for you if this is what you want. they will order in the bumper. They can add the ARB rack with the Chimsol light, although get ready to pay an extra $1,000 to $2,000 to get that Chimsol light installed. It is no small task. And even if you bought a Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, you wouldn't get any of this stuff. Even the Trail Hunter doesn't have this stuff. Now, it's not the subject of this video, but I think honestly the Trail Hunter should come with a winch. Just my opinion. Is that a hot take? I don't know. Now that this is fully built out to my primary specifications, there's nothing I don't think this truck can do that I'm gonna ask of it. However, there is still one possible shortcoming, and that is the suspension. This is still running on the stock Bilsteins with the piggyback reservoirs, and it still has stock ride height. That is all unchanged. Now, as for this bumper, it reduces our approach angle to around 31.5 degrees, which is only about 1 degree less than this setup would normally give you. So that's not really too bad. So with all these parts added to the truck, is it really up to any adventure? Well, we're out here in Idaho, just outside of Boise, on the Lost Trail. And joining me as my trail guides are Nate and Zeph from Outdoor Auto. And they brought along something a little bit more modified. This is, let's just call it a Toyota-powered XJ Domino's delivery truck. These guys are going to be riding along with us to help us with any recoveries if there's any issue, helping us film, and basically serving us pizza when it's needed. So those guys are clearly going to have no issue with the trails today. Will this Tacoma have any issues? Well, that's what we're going to find out. But before we get started, we need to air down, so let's go ahead and do that right now. To deflate the tires, I'm going to use these Stawn deflators. These things are actually pretty cool. Basically, it's 4 little brass valve stems that you just put on the tire and it airs it down to a preset number. I have set these up for about 18 PSI, so let's get started. Right, well, let's do this. My biggest concern today is going to be ground clearance because I have not modified the suspension on this truck at all. This is running the stock Bilstein with the piggyback reservoirs. So factory, clearance is what, about 10 inches or so? But I think one of the other concerns is also the approach angle. Obviously, I have a modified front bumper, so that is reducing my approach angle just a little bit. Hopefully that's not enough to be a problem today. Let's go ahead and kick this off with a little bit of 4-high hijinks. We're going to do a little bit of a climb and then hill descent control and see how this works. Kind of a little bit of a quickie shakedown. So right here, I am going to set 4-high, and I can't lock the rear diff because Toyota doesn't let you do that for some reason, which is super annoying. But I am going to put on MTS, and we're going to do a steep climb here. Let's do MTS. Let's just do auto and see how well this gets up this really steep bank. Turn on my trail cam here. There we go. Let's see what kind of a slope we have here. I'm expecting this is probably around a 23, 24 degree slope. So with a shakedown, you kind of want to, proceed gently. You don't want to just jump into the deep end because you need to see what the rig can do. Now that we're aired down to 18 PSI, I have excellent grip here. Getting up this climb, no problem. But how about going down? Let's try this drop here, and let's use the hill descent control system because obviously we don't want to be going too fast as we come over this very, very steep ledge. Okay, camera on because I can't see a thing. There is a trail there, believe it or not. I am afraid I'm going to bottom out on the actual ridge here, so I'm just going to take it slow. Put my wheels up over here, so I'm kind of straddling the deep part. Switching into 4-low. We're going to go into crawl. Going to put it into drive. Now we're in crawl. We're on the lowest setting. And crawl will not only manage our descent, it'll also manage our power. But obviously we don't need power right here. We just need to go slow. And if we start slipping, that's when we're going to start having a problem. We are capped out at beyond 30 degrees at this point. So we're probably gonna slip that back in. Yeah, this is where the brakes are grabbing. I can actually just let completely off the gas and manage this using the crawl system. Back's gonna go down a little bit. I have that rear diff guard, so I don't really care at this point. Oh, I would actually even say crawl is going too slow. Let's crank it up a little bit, go to the next level, and hopefully we don't slip. We are well beyond 30 degrees here. This is incredibly steep, but yeah, no problem at all. Easy, like so easy. With the right tools, even hard stuff can look easy, which is awesome. Nice. Okay, well, let's dial up the speed, and now we're going to take the Lost Trail track and find something else to play with. Let's do it. Okay, now that we did that, let's go ahead and switch back into 4 high. 4 high, and away we go. Let's do it. Oh, we are going to get dusty today. I'm going to wait for the dust to clear, and then we're going to punch it. Okay, dust clear. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Ooh, softer tires, built-in suspension, a lot more weight in the vehicle. Let's see how this handles. Oh, and let's watch out for those big rocks too. Oh. Okay, let's switch up the drive mode to, let's see here. Oh, we're in 4 high. Oh, let's do MTS, and let's go to sand, which should reduce traction control a little bit. I have to say, airing down makes all the difference. Also, having more rugged tires makes me feel a lot more confident here, and I'm covered in dust. Okay, and off we go. Love the sound of this. So we did have that NiTop dump exhaust system, which basically removes the long exhaust from the back, and it adds a little bit of extra burly note, but it's not that detectable, honestly. You'll hear it and smile. Your wife or girlfriend won't even notice it, which is kind of perfect. Well, what do we got here? Oh. Oh, and a rock. Yay for skid plates. Okay, I'm not going to be so trusting though. If we hit something too big, it's going to cause a major problem. Don't want to get high-centered here on a boulder. Where are they taking us? Ease our way through. I don't know if I need to go to 4 low yet. I'm just going to keep going here. Let's bring that camera up. So the front hoop does show up in the front about the potential here. It's always underbrush. Why is it always underbrush? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and switch into 4 low here because I think we need a little bit more throttle control, and I might need a locker at some point. Should I do the steps? I don't know if I can do those steps. Let's see. Oh, yeah, sure, guys. I see what you're doing here. So in my mind, we can go one of 2 ways, this way or this way.
You're gonna go as close to this as you can without getting in your door.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. This is apparently the hardest thing on this trail. I'm gonna go into drive. I'm turning on my camera for front view. I'm going to turn on my rear locker because I'm going to need that, and I'm in 4 low. And I'm going to switch MTS for my front wheels. I say my front because my rear has lockers on. Let's set MTS to rock so I have the least amount of wheel spin. Let's do it. And this hood, I can't see anything. I do have the cameras, but the downside of the camera is that everything's in shadows.
I know, it's like as big as the Tundra.
Actually, you know what? My front beam, it's illuminating the shadows of that rock. I wouldn't have seen that rock without that front beam right in the bumper.
Really?
Which is crazy.
That's awesome.
That is like...
It's just reflecting off of it?
No, it's on.
Oh, cool.
But it's so bright out, it's hard to tell. But in the shadows, boom, it illuminated it. That's pretty cool. Okay, how we doing on?
Cut that way.
Okay. How are we doing on clearances?
You're basically great on everything, and you're going to go straight and try to hit this tire right in that crack.
In the crack?
Yeah, that crack.
So there's like 2 steps. Am I on the step?
Yeah, you're going to go right here.
Oh, okay. So according to the camera, that is the correct position.
Yeah, you're really good.
How's my approach angle?
You're great. You're not even going to hit your slip. You're really looking good, dude. Yep, you're back here.
Okay. Brake over.
About 1 inch on your slider.
Yeah!
That was really good.
Woo!
Nice, dude.
Passed the test.
Touch nothing.
That is awesome. Okay, that's not true because I heard a little scrape, but I didn't touch much. That's awesome. We did the first thing without a scrape. Awesome.
That was good.
Okay, continuing on. Now we might have some issue with some branches. Keep an eye on those. I'm going to go ahead and disengage my rear locker because we don't need that on. Let's put up all our windows so we don't get dusty. Okay, we're ready for the next adventure. This is a tight, twisty trail. I love it how they just roll over these things like they're no big deal. Does this have me wanting for 35s? Yeah, it just might. Am I gonna swap out to that? Haven't decided yet. One thing about when you're following a XJ on 40s is you can't look at their line and go, yeah, I'll do that. Like they can drive over anything with that. Oof, that's fine. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice of somebody. Now we do have some trimming gear in the truck. That's actually what's in the pack on top. In the Pelican cases, we have trail, basically, equipment. And yeah, so we can get to it even if the truck is buried over its roof. We can still get to the recovery gear. Oh, what I was saying about the rocks here. In Western Washington, most of the rocks that we have are loose. Out here, these are all volcanic flows. So even though it looks like they should be loose, they're actually all like one big piece, which is kind of a different experience. I keep rubbing my mud flaps, but that's okay. That's what they're for. So now we have a little side-to-side action. Again, gonna look for breakover. Look for all the things. Gonna turn on my front camera here. We're in 4 low, but I have not engaged the rear locker yet. So what you're gonna look for on the front wheels is the multi-terrain select system kicking in its brake vectoring stuff. You're gonna look for those wheels stop spinning as the brakes clamp down on the wheel that is spinning freely, and instead that'll shift power to the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and engage my rear locker here. So we're all locked up. Yep, everything confirmed. Now let's see what we're gonna do for a line here. I think actually I'm gonna go in tight a little bit here. And lift on like this one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm on the junior rocks. And now we're gonna lift that rear one. We're probably gonna scrape a mud flap.
Clearing it by 2 inches.
Okay, well that's good. Oh yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's pretty easy. Does this guy want to do meat grinder? No. I saw that. I watched your video. So easy. So easy. Right equipment makes it easy. Nice. You know, the flex is actually really good on this truck, and that helps a lot. It really does. I'm looking at Zeph's face. He's making faces. Okay, cool. Is it still attached? Yeah. Hey, yay. I saw Zeph's face and I was like, is this a bad choice? Let's do it. More adventure. More body scrapes. It's funny, you can even be down here in the desert and there's still things that want to destroy your paint. It's just life. We'll choose the grass. Y'all buckled in there? Gotta get full harnesses for this one, huh?
I'm just testing him out, you know. He's got a steering wheel to hold on to. I got nothing.
So is it my turn to do that one with my truck now? Yeah, now I'm
The line is straight up.
Yeah, you hit the gas. Go up.
okay, we'll get right on that. Oh look, there's a bypass. Handy. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that one. I'm gonna be taking the bypass, obviously. That is nuts. Right, so bypass. Might get a little scrape here from the bush, but it doesn't look too bad. Oh, yeah, those are actually a little bit firmer than I thought they would be. Let's watch that inside. Do I have I have my rear diff locked. I don't need to have it locked, but it's locked. Let's go ahead and unlock that. There we go. See, I can be cool just like you.
You look good.
Oh, thanks. I'll let him go first. He knows the route. View camera on. I can't really see all the rocks under this big hood. But so far, we're doing great. Yeah, there we go. My rear locker still on? No, it is not. But because I am in 4-low, it's locking that center, power front to back. So it's gonna be a little skittery because of that. Like, look at that spotlight there. You can really see in the shadows with that spotlight. It's actually pretty awesome. That is not how I intended to use it, but I am gonna take it. Thank you very much. Nate doing great trail maintenance there. Gonna swing around. Oh, right into the big ones there. How's that rock rail? Ah, we're good. I feel like we've been kind of going sideways on this whole track. It's like either we're this way or that way. It's really a fun little trail, but definitely bring clippers. So apparently there's a waterfall up here. I think it's dry though. I think we're supposed to drive up it, which would be cool. So fun fact, we can actually do 25 in 4-low pretty comfortably, which isn't bad. It's nice. Nope. There do seem to be a lot of big rocks that just kind of pop out of nowhere. You have to kind of keep your eyes active the whole time. Oh, there's actually some moisture on this. What if there's a spring up here? When they said waterfall, did they actually mean like legit a waterfall, or are we just going up a slope? Oh, that looks not easy to get through. Yeah. There you go, all the way in. Do it! You got it! Here, I'll clear this one while you get the next. Teamwork! To thank us for this trail cleanup, you can like and subscribe. Okay, so I think we should be out of the overgrowth area pretty soon here. We got a little ledge to go up here. This stuff should be soft, not really scratch the truck too much. Watch for any underlying things. Oop, a little brush there with Destiny, I guess. The underbody banging a little. Yeah, there we go, a little slide because it's getting wet. So the tires are gonna be a little slicker, but we still got grip and we are good. Okay. Keep on going. Wow, it's kind of overgrown here. Watch for any sills on the outside so I don't like climb vertical. There we go. Is this a waterfall?
Yeah, we'll follow them that way. We're gonna go through like 2 little bends. There's gonna be a V-notch, you know those.
Yeah.
Don't try to do this or that, just balance
Dead
it,
center,
you know?
yeah.
And then right after that's the waterfall where we're
Cool.
And I'm just gonna stand on your bumper.
Okay.
Here you go.
Everybody should have a bumper Nate. Bumper Nates are the best Nates. Don't try this at home, kids. Yep, there's the slider. That's why you have a slider. Nice. Okay, oh, and here is the waterfall. Ha! Let's check this. This is cool.
Crawl it straight up this middle.
Okay.
And when you get to this section, your car's obviously weight is going to be transferring this way.
Yeah.
So you just have a tire right in this thing.
Okay, so just notch
It
it.
keeps you from not sliding that way. And
Right.
then your other tire is going to hit here, which is going to help give you clearance for any belly catching on any of this.
Cool.
So you actually want the one tire to be kind of connecting on that bump.
Okay, but I'll focus on this one, and then that one should just happen naturally.
Yeah, and you're probably,
Slippery.
yeah, if you
That's
keep-
really slippery.
yeah, but your tires will clear that. whenever they
Oh yeah,
get
because there's
pressure
the,
pretty fast.
yeah.
So,
So this is a good warm up for Moab.
yeah, you want your rear locker on, obviously,
Yeah.
and then you don't want to do what I do sometimes. You don't want to stop in any part of this.
Right.
You want to roll through it.
So yeah, that's the difference from Moab is this rock is slick, like
Yeah.
super slick.
Yeah, they call it slick rock, but it really ain't.
This is actually slick rock.
Yeah, yeah.
It's basalt.
So here we are at the waterfall. This will be our final test for today. And so far, I have to say this truck, it is absolutely winning it. It is so good. And we got a little V-notch here. Let's put the camera up so I can see where I'm going. Now, the trick with the V-notch is you want to straddle it, but can we straddle it without actually denting anything? I don't know. Oh, I should probably, let's get my rear locker on. Then we go over here. Clearances look pretty good. Then we're going to lift on the left. Oh, we've got a rock slider on the left. We're fine with that though. It's just a rock slider. It's going to go up and over, and we clear. Mud flap, no big deal. Okay. Okay, now we have the waterfall, a little skipping from having that rear diff locked. I'm going to go up. Now, my goal is to place my left wheel, my driver's side wheel, in this little notch on the left. And that should lift me just fine. Found it. Just keep a little bit of momentum. Just enough to bump over the rock.
Spit it out.
Add a little throttle. Check the brake over. Go left a little bit there. Nope, didn't have it.
Back up like 2 feet. A little more. I would go from about there.
Okay, just give it a bump.
Yeah.
Turn
Just roll.
straight now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right now, straight now.
Like there?
Turn at the end.
There we go. Oh. Oh, all the underbody armor has been used. Oh, nice.
With most of our work done, it was time to go for a ride in the XJ that was custom built by Zeph over at Outdoor Auto, and it is amazing.
you don't want to commute in that thing, that's for sure. A little awkward.
Yeah.
Makes it so easy. You gonna take a stupid line?
Probably. That's usually what I do. I mean, that feels stupid.
It looks stupid. Well done.
Pretty straight up and down.
This is insane.
Yeah?
Love this thing. You should build one.
But wait, we're not done yet. We got one more thing to do. All of these body panels underneath and these rock sliders were brand new. So this is a great opportunity to see what is the result of all that scraping that we did on the trail today. Let's get it up on the lift and find out. Okay, so Nate from Outdoor Auto, you've done a bunch of banging up of cars. You've damaged a lot of stuff. Let's take a look on the underside and see what carnage we did.
Yeah, and the reality is your rear's looking great. You did, the hitch is what usually catches the heat, but instead your spare tire is catching it right here, and there's no damage, but you can tell it bounced a couple times.
And that's why they have the inside of the rim out here, because we did scrape. Oh no, wait, that's just sticky stuff.
It's just dirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, you touched your wheel a couple times. Now everything else, even the diff, you never touched the diff.
All right, we got a little drag right there. This was brand new 48 hours ago. So
that's true, but
that's nothing.
You barely touched.
Okay, now I felt when I hit this right here.
Yeah.
It wasn't on camera. It was when we were leaving for the day, and I hit a rock. I'm like, oh, that's lower control arm just hit.
Yeah, and you can see it got bent up here a little bit and scratched here. But this is, we were just talking about this on my 80. This thing is mangled. It still works, 100% no issues, but it is completely flared out, smashed in 2 inches and mangled.
It's a pretty basic component. It's made of steel. All it has to do is keep this from getting detached.
Your tank got touched, but nothing bad.
So that is fuel tank, by the way. You can get an actual OEM guard because they make it for the Trail Hunter. This is a aluminum, I think, or metal. Anyway,
this one's
metal
plastic.
This one is plastic.
Yeah, if you get the Trail Hunter one is aluminum all the way back.
It goes all the way back. Yeah. So that's kind of, I think this is kind of a weak spot right now since we clearly hit that.
Well, in right here, you're gonna notice on the recessed one, your nuts will be countersunk into the aluminum. Whereas with this one, we caught this nut and actually have bent it out quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a lot. That should be pointing down.
Yeah. So that's really, from everything I'm seeing so far, that's the only thing that actually caught and got moved.
Yeah. This is scraped a little. This actually I scraped. This is a leftover part from when we had the Trail Hunter plates on. We'd taken it through our off-road course. Some of this scratch actually happened on the off-road course.
Well, and all your bolts are countersunk. Everything's fine.
Yeah, it's all nicely protected. This is the open spot, which we don't have coverage of right now. I need to take a angle grinder to the other plate I have, and it should bolt in on these 4 bolts.
It's just your steering rack. Don't worry.
Don't need that. It's just the steering rack. It's fine. We did. Oh no, wait. That's a little scrape there. That's not much. Yeah, I mean overall,
it did really well. I think if I had to tell people anything that surprised me watching this car that's not off-road related, is your drain for your AC is right here.
Yeah.
Everybody else's AC is
kind of a weird place, right?
So when I saw water pooling up under your car on the side over here, I was like, oh no.
That's not good.
Something. But yeah, your drain for your AC is right there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. They just put things in weird places.
Spot.
Yeah, so overall, no real damage. I mean, screw whatever. We need to get this a better plate because that's not going to work. But I think overall, very happy with this. Let's go ahead and cut to the close of this video back at the top of the waterfall. Well, I think that's enough adventure for today. We have another adventure coming up where we're actually going to put this truck versus the boys over at TFL down in Moab. And I think we are more than ready for that action. Overall, very happy with this setup. The light bar, haven't had to use the winch yet, which is great. But man, the underbody protection, it did its job today. It kept the truck moving forward. And of course, Toyota power. iForce Max engine with 4-low, rear locker, MTS, crawl. With these tools, you can get through anything. And of course, this has the premium pack, so we have both heated and cooled seats through the whole process. So what do you think? Should we leave this truck as it is, or should we take it even further? Post a comment below. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share videos. We make them for you. Hope you enjoy them, and we'll see you again right here on the next one.